All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on Whirlwind for our second best of three here at the Millennium Numerical Cup. And spawning in the southeast position, we have the red Zerg player from Team Samsung Galaxy Con. It is Solar. And he is up against this man in the northwest. I actually really liked watching him play in early WCS this year. He showed a lot of promise. Hasn't quite made any splashes recently, but from Millennium, it is Dayshi. Daishi's always been one of the Terran players I really respect and like a lot. He's a pretty cool guy actually. Met him at DreamHack. Yeah, didn't really talk to him that much though, but he is one of two Terran players competing in this tournament. We have, I think originally we were supposed to, well, actually pretty fast drone scout right to the tower just to check. I wonder what he was checking for. Wow, Solar, he's not taking any chances. I've seen 2-Raxes up here. I think he was going to go 3-hatch before pool, but wanted to make sure there wasn't any weird metagame being played. That was a bit unusual. But alas, it's okay. But yeah, like I was saying, Polt was one of the other Terran players that was supposed to compete at this tournament, but I can't exactly remember the reason why. But he had to cancel last minute. I think there was also some sort of scheduling issue. Stardust was going to be another player that was here, so it's okay. But let's see where this goes. He's actually going to take gas right away. So no fast third hatchery. He still doesn't actually know where his opponent is. Solar. It's kind of interesting to think about. Dayshi will now move out to scout. So he said there's a pretty big prize pool on the line here. If you can make it into the top 4, I guess top 3 is really where it's at. Then you're starting to break $1,000 US, 900 euros to be more specific. But the players that have come from the qualified bracket, both these guys qualified. So Dayshi and Solar both had to basically win their qualifiers to get here to the Numerical Cup. And that being, of course, no easy feat in and of itself, the 64-man brackets. But these are the guys that have just kind of earned their way here. And it's actually really cool that Millennium brought them out to France to come play StarCraft. It's actually really awesome. France is definitely a place I think a lot of people would like to visit. But Solar does get scouted. Dayshi will come in here and see this gas. So at the very least, he knows there's a potential for a very aggressive play as the Zerglings scoot that SCV away. And Solar will get probably the latest scout you could really get. He didn't send, I think, he sent his first Overlord to the northeast, so it's got a long way to go before it actually sees the setup that Dayshi has. And he's moving out with a few Marines. I think he wants to try to save this SCV out in the center of the map. Can't blame him. Has a factory and a reactor on the way back home. No second gas just yet, so you might see a fast third command center build as he does clean up those Zerglings. And Terran versus Zerg, it's not really changed too much. There are players that are willing to really mix it up and do some crazy stuff here and there. But we'll see if he does have any weird plans. Third command center is on the way. And he's got the supply depot coming in, so not bad for Dayshi. He's got a very normal setup. The Overlord speed upgrade is about to finish as well, so Solar just wants to make sure that he can scout. He got a very late read on his opponent. He doesn't want to be caught off guard, and that upgrade is about to complete to give his Overlords that necessary boost while he does take this third base. So let's see as the Overlord does begin to make its way over. Thing is so fast, man. It's got smoke coming out of it. I don't know if you can see that. But Zergling pokes the front. And Dayshi, he's one depot away from being completely locked into his natural. Just being safe against any potential Zergling attack. He does have the Hellions. He has the stim on the way. So this is a completely 100% standard, very kosher setup from the Millennium Terran player. He will get 2 barracks before his engineering base. So this is just him saying he doesn't want to die to something like a very fast roach-based attack. He wants to have a little bit more units out on the map. And he's also only built for Hellions. So he's kind of limited in a way to a bit less as far as the map control goes. Zerglings are definitely going to be more difficult to deal with. But he will be able to hit a much faster timing with his Stim-Pack upgrade to try to deal damage to Solar. And this only presents a risk in that he'll be slightly behind on upgrades. The engineering bays have just begun. And Solar, I don't think he... Did you see the bays beginning? No, he actually did not. But the engineering bays are going to be completing as 1-1 is already started for Solar. And it shouldn't be a huge advantage, but if he doesn't immediately begin those upgrades, it could start to become a problem. He's got about a 35-second lead on him. And the engineering bays are complete for Dayshi. Immediately starting that +1 attack. Just waiting for that armor, and there it is. So he's got everything rolling along. The Hellions are poking away at these creep tumors, but Solar with 2 queens out front makes it a bit difficult. 4 Hellions really not going to be able to do too much to a couple of queens. He doesn't have that much as far as the firepower goes. So Stim is just about done. Baneling Nest is on the way as well as the Lair. Very normal setup from Curious. He's pretty much got everything he needs. Macro Hatchery is on the way as well. Try to help him spend that money. But here comes this. This is Dayshi's opening coming to its fruition. This is where he tries to get an advantage in some way because he got those barracks a bit before he got his engineering base. So let's see what these Marines can do. He'll at least get this Overlord in the center of the map. That's nice. But he most certainly wants to just take out all these creep tumors. If he can clear up the creep spread, I think that's probably one of the biggest goals you want to make with Marine base pushes like this. The Zerglings chase up. Dayshi's moving right out on the creep. This is a bit risky to do. The Zerglings try to get the surround. Banelings want to clean up the Marines, and he's forced to lift up and retreat. Not really able to do anything there. I guess did he not have a scan available? It seems that he did not have a scan, so now he does. Third base blocked by the Overlord pooping creep. That does make things a bit difficult, and the Banelings and Zerglings clean up the rest of the units in the center of the map. The few do make their way home, as this third base is still being blocked. So that's actually really annoying. Play by Solar. Dayshi cannot take his third. And Zerglings actually come up to kill the Marines that are trying to kill the Overlord. And he's going to immediately go back to block it once again. And this is just plain damn annoying. The Viking lands, and Solar is saying, no, you're not. You're just not going to take a third base. Sorry. Widowmines detonate on a few Zerglings, but Dayshi's now in a really weird spot. So he could still send this Viking in the air to kill the Overlord. But that is just really, really annoying. And the creep spread has not been stopped. Solar, he's really going to explode out onto the map now, reaching the halfway point at 11.5 minutes. 6 Mutalisks are on the production tab. No 2-2 started yet for the Zerg player. Just now it begins. But does Dayshi have his armory? Yes. So he should be able to begin his 2-2. He actually has the resources. He'll get it hopefully very soon. Yeah, there it is. And he does have some medevacs. So he's going to send a drop out to the east side, a drop out to the west side. He's got a mine loaded up in one of them. And these mutas could run into that medevac. There's not really too many mutas on the map, just 6. He's already getting his infestation pit. Solar feels very comfortable, almost rushing towards his hive. And, oh, he flies right by that. It's medevac as well. But he's pretty much just rushing towards his hive. And the reason why he's doing that, obviously, you want to get your 3-3 upgrades. So important to be able to get upgrades going. He's had a tiny bit of an advantage this whole game. Now he doesn't really have it as much anymore. Medevacs are hitting the main base, though. The Zerglings managed to push it back. The Mutalisks giving chase, so this makes life hard. Dayshi pushes out towards the tower. Still no scans yet to clean up any creep tumors. And the Mutas will pick off this medevac. Those Marines do not escape. The Zerglings trying to come up to catch these Marines at the edge of creep. Baneling gets a good detonation. The Marines are spread pretty well, though. The Widowmine's detonating on a few of the Zerglings. But Dayshi is at, it seems like he might be forced back for now. He's really starting to parade push, actually, the edge of this creep line. This is what Dayshi needs to do. Bring a bit more pressure. Now the Mutas are here with the Banelings as well. Transfusing the Mutalisks. Very, very smart. And he's just throwing away a couple of units. This is a very slow, weird, awkward attack to watch. But it's mostly because Solar has invested a lot into his tech. Trying to get more Mutas out now. And, well, like I said, there's been no scans to clean up creep tumors, so Solar will be able to continue to spread without really much trouble. It's really only one direction of creep spread, but it's something. Oh, attacking these Marines, a bit brave of Solar. We'll lose some Zerglings. Hive is about to complete. We have 2-2 on the way, about to complete as well for both players. A fourth command center begins for Dayshi as he does finally have this third base nice and situated. He's got it locked down with a supply depot wall and a Widow Mine. But how many mutas will Solar make? Adrenal glands starts before anything else. He has 14 mutas. And now scans to clean up the creep. As the mutas pressure this third base, going for the supply depot kills. Keeping this door open is super important because it allows the Zerglings to counterattack. Gets the missile turret as well, and this army's distracted by the Zergling Baneling Force. Dayshi sustaining some huge losses while the Mutalisks destroy his third. He can't bring enough units over to defend this. The Banelings are just moving in on top of absolutely everything. And Dayshi, all of his aggressive attempts have been stifled so hard. There's still a lot of creep tumors here. And this is a tough spot to be in. 17 Marines being made at a time. Very nice production for the Millennium Terran player. Absolutely no doubt about that. He's got a very solid medevac count, but he needs to watch out for those economic hits from the mutas. And, I mean, you know, Solar's everything else. The Zerg player has started 3-3 before the Terran player. If you guys watch a lot of StarCraft, you know that is not a fun place to be. This Mutalisk headed towards the southwest. He sees this medevac coming in through his Overlord. Scan to try to grab some creep tumors. The Zerglings and Banelings are just going to move in on this. And he's basically saying, no, stay off of my creep. Do not even think about trying to advance forward. And he's actually going to move right on top of this third base. This is going to make things a bit awkward. The Banelings are putting a choke point, but get a ton of the Marines. That medevac on the left side is, at the same time, is cleaned up, so no drop pressure for Dayshi. His third is lost. Zerglings absolutely everywhere. Banelings killing off all of the SCVs, morphing Banelings inside his opponent's third base. And this makes life very difficult indeed. The mutas are even coming in. Solar has an 80 supply lead over the Terran player. And, oh, Dayshi's got the medevacs to heal these Marines, but he doesn't have enough bio to be healed. Retreating further back towards the bunker, not able to raise the depots. And now, well, I mean, the Mutalisks and Zerglings are just going to gobble up absolutely everything. The command center destroyed. GG. Solar takes game number 1 in this best of 3 here at the Millennium Numerical Cup.